We got we got night 2 of the G1 special in Long Beach, California. Match 1 was actually another 10-man tag. I didn't really care a ton about this match. They had Kushida and Liger on a team. Match didn't really matter too much to me. I'm sorry. We even watched that just today. I don't remember who won it.
I don't remember anything of it. I remember it happened, and I think
it's another match to showcase some of the wrestlers. I feel bad because Kushida should probably be wrestling in a singles man match at least once. Didn't happen. It's okay though. Totally get it. I was gonna say, but it was followed up by a round 2 match of the IWGP US title match between Kenny Omega and Jay Lethal, which I was excited for because I love Jay Lethal.
I didn't think they were gonna do this match because again, I thought Mike Elgin was gonna win this whole thing, so I didn't think Kenny Omega was gonna go beyond the first round.
I thought Elgin was gonna win. Period. But I thought Elgin was gonna verse Lethal.
Yeah, so I was actually happy to see Kenny Omega versus Jay Lethal. I've never seen them verse before personally, so it's pretty cool. I was a little bummed that since Jay Lethal's already hurt, you're like, all right, well, there's already like some shit he's not gonna be able to do, but it was still a great match.
He did everything and he powered through it. I think he played the baby face overcoming it very well.
He's just always hurt because he's got the ribs.
Kind of got like the King Arthur type of thing because he seems very, very heroic and stoic. Endures pain very well. And Kenny Omega worked the ribs, which I liked a lot because one thing that Hangman Page tried to avoid doing was trying to tell a story by doing that, and that's how you can tell like how good of a wrestler is. Yeah. It's obviously by telling a story in the ring. Super simple. It's not like something that anyone that doesn't watch wrestling doesn't get. Work on the injured body part. The man had an injured rib. Work on it.
Yeah.
What did Kenny do? He worked on it. And I honestly feel like that's what led to his success in this match was working on the rib. He ended up actually taking out Jay Lethal, and like Jay Lethal, he ended up landing the lethal injection, didn't he? But Kenny Omega
was able to roll out of the ring before he was able to pin him,
which was amazing. That was actually really cool. I don't know.
Great ring awareness. There's I remember a lot of dropping out of Jay Lethal on his side of the ring mat. They were both outside, and he was hitting him on the hardest part of the ring, right on that injured rib, just working it. I feel like he almost got, it was like a couple attempts, maybe one attempt before he actually got the One Wing Angel, like one didn't work, and then
the second one he actually crawled out of it and then got put back into it.
Yeah.
It was really neat. So it's like, oh, snap, how'd that ended up happening? So it was really, really cool. And I was going to say, it was a decent match. Kenny Omega ended up taking it, deservingly so, in a very decent match. That match was actually followed up by another round 2 match. Ishii versus Zack Sabre Jr. Very, very contrasting styles. You have once again, Stone Pitbull versus a master of contouring, I guess. He's like a wizard is what his nickname would be. But he's part of Suzuki.
Contortion specialist.
Yeah, right, there you go, right? I didn't say, so it's like, I'd probably say that's exactly what he is. He did a lot of contorting, but unfortunately, like, the Bulldog powered out of a majority of it.
Yeah.
He even got him in the same move that he got Zack Sabre Jr. in, and he still ended up powering out of it, which
that was a pretty sick spot too. It was you just thought you thought Zack was gonna get it again because at first I was like, how's he even gonna fight Ishii? But he did have more height on him than I was thinking, so I was like, okay, he does have a few
He looked a lot
inches.
bigger than what I thought when they started fighting. Like,
so
he is 6'2".
Yeah, this isn't just gonna be like that horrible of a match. I was like, he does have a chance, but the Bull, like you said, too strong. Like they had that spot, much like the Juice. He was like getting them all wrapped up. And then Ishii he was actually able to power through and actually get the rope.
Power out and got a brain buster on him.
He actually used his leg. He like flipped his crazy legs up and just somehow got his legs up onto the rope. It was
really
bad. You have to see it to understand it because when you're
contorted by
his
back,
when you're in a Zack Sabre Jr. move, it's like I gotta.
Zack Sabre's half up on his hip, like half side on his body. So yeah, it was pretty odd. But either way, though, Ishii ended up powering through it and then landing the brain buster and ended up winning the match, busting Zack Sabre's brain effectively.
There was
on to the next round.
One more thing though, I think there was like a top rope or a second to top rope. Superplex.
That was Ishii to Zack Sabre.
Crazy.
Yep. Destroyed him.
Yeah,
it looked like it actually knocked Zack Sabre Jr.
kicked out of it. It was crazy, but I just wanted to put that in there.
I'll say that too. Zack Sabre Jr. is very good at selling.
Yeah,
I think it's already known by a million other people, but I'll give him props to that because I don't like him.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was like, he's very good at selling. And I was gonna say that was followed by yet another 10-man tag because you want to try to get as much talent onto the show as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we had another one. I believe one team had Juice Robinson and Jay White. I don't know. Didn't really care too much. I apologize.
Yeah, it's like things happened. People fought. Is that the one where Juicy lost, or
maybe Juice did get pinned.
Is that the one where what's his face, Cody Rhodes won? I think that's the one where Cody Rhodes won.
Yeah, where they versed the Bullet Club. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was stupid. I mean, it's basically like, okay, let's give Cody Rhodes one. That's what I felt like after watching it. So that's what I went home with. It was, I don't know, some of these.
Let him get a pin and look important tonight because he lost to the champion. So
yeah, it's like,
well, that makes sense then. Okay, so
match after that though was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was Michael Elgin and War Machine versus Gods of Destiny and Hangman Page.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty good. It's like just another time to see some like really big dudes like just beat the crap out of each other. I will say like I'm a little bit more of a flippy-do kind of fan of wrestling, so like, you know, I already saw some big men hitting each other yesterday, so I'm kind of like, nah, you know, I get a little bit played out on it, but those guys are so crazy. That War Machine, they really do put on a great show, so it's like you gotta respect it.
They add an element of like acrobatics to being able to be that physical, holding the guy up for like 20 seconds, or like Hangman Page in that match, being one of the smaller men, he got tossed around quite a bit. He
got the crap kicked out of him.
Yeah, let's be fair, he got set up for every move. They even did like what was it, the leg style doomsday device where like kneed him off the top of the guy's shoulder.
Oh yeah.
So against the War Machine, I think one's like "Don't Call Me Death Row," and then the other one's Henson. So it was insane. And Michael Elgin did the spot where he does the suplex for like 15 seconds. They didn't count it out this time, but it was still really cool. And then the Guerrillas of Destiny are just kind of crazy. So like Zach said, there's a lot of like punching and stuff like that, and a lot of slamming. So if you're into that, you're into like a lot of like, I would almost say WWE style wrestling 2012. Yeah. It's like CM Punk, a lot of slamming, a lot of Brock Lesnar slamming and stuff like that. But it was like you also get a couple flips and everything like that. So it wasn't a bad match. Michael Elgin and War Machine, they won. Oh no, they actually ended up losing.
Hangman Page actually got it, right?
Hangman Page got the win. Yeah, it was insane. And who did he get it off of? I believe he pinned one of the tag team guys because he after the match.
The bald one. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. But the bald
Henson.
one. Okay.
I want to say it's Henson.
You got him in it. It was.
I'm going to say, regardless, though, afterwards, for some reason, he took the belts and, for some reason, grabbed them and held them over and said that he was going to take the belts from them. Even though, even though, like, the Guerrillas of Destiny were, like, chilling right there. Like, oh, wait, what about, like, us being tag champions, like, 15 minutes ago, just yesterday, and being better than you? Well, maybe Tama Tonga's going to get, like, a push. Who knows? But I'm like, who's your partner? Either way, doesn't really matter. I guess he's got a plan. We don't know about it yet. We'll figure it out.
You already lost your one-on-one match. You're going to verse two freaking...
big beast motherfuckers.
Big War Machines. Okay, good luck with that, bud.
Right?
But, next match was the, another...
IWGP Lightweight Tag Championship match. It was actually this is a match that's happened quite a few times, so there's quite a lot to expect from it. Young Bucks versus the Roppongi Vice. It's a decent match.
Yes, this was a great match.
You go, it's a spot fest, and you're right, it is a spot fest, but it's executed in a way that they sell themselves so well that the spots don't seem to contribute in a way that it doesn't look real.
Yeah.
As like they actually did a really hardcore slam to Beretta that was almost carbon copy of the one that happened at Dominion to Rocky Romero, and he couldn't fight back, and then Beretta ended up actually fighting back.
He was selling that back the whole time, too.
Yep, he sold it the whole time, and he fought back. He actually had he got quite a bit of backbreakers on him a couple times. Got the super kicks to the back, double super kick.
The power bomb of his bro onto his back.
Yeah. Oh my God, Rocky Romero being power bombed onto Beretta's back as he's trying to get up to get air.
He sold the shit out of that. That was sweet. And
selling was at next
Romero
level.
was having the shit kicked out of him before that happened. They crap fucked out of him.
I will say that the Young Bucks definitely laid the lumber. They defended their belts. They destroyed the living hell out of Roppongi Vice. It was really neat though to see like Beretta fight back. They really built that aspect to it of him fighting back and being able to do something that Rocky Romero might not be able to do. So he fought back. He actually came back and was like, oh, I tried to win it. Didn't end up winning it. The Young Bucks ended up getting their win. And surprisingly, after they won, they exited the ring and left. And something surprising happened. It was kind of weird to me because I'm starting to get attached to them as a tag team, Roppongi Vice. But they actually ended up having them break up. They gave the mic to Rocky Romero, and he ended up giving a weird speech about if we didn't win the tag belts, we were going to break up and move on to greener pastures. And he ended up, I guess Beretta now will be contending for the heavyweight or the heavyweight division. So I don't know what that means inclusively.
Maybe like intercontinental level.
Well, intercontinental, U.S. possibly, or
because they have this U.S. belt now.
Maybe even world. I don't know why world is such a high jump, but I was like, it would be nice to see him because Beretta isn't the worst fighter. Being fans of PWG, I've seen quite a bit of him. We both have. Like we've seen like a lot of his indie work. Very, very, very good wrestler. It's just he doesn't take stuff serious. Yeah. It's like, what's the level when he takes it serious? Because obviously he's really good at selling.
Yeah, not too long ago he versed Zack Sabre Jr. at PWG for their heavyweight title. I will say that was like, not the best match, but still
surprisingly cool good considering.
It was better than I thought it was going to be, actually.
Exactly.
So he's on his way to maybe just being a singles guy, and that it was just such a great match, and apparently like a little sad story. Dave Meltzer, like this dude that does like all the freaking reviews, like his father had passed away, so the Young Bucks did this like crazy fucking Meltzer driver to
honor his father,
to honor his dad, and they were like, "That's for you," and did like a little prayer and looked up. So that was pretty cool, actually.
The crowd cheered Meltzer. I was like,
they cheered for Meltzer, so that was like really cool.
He's like literally one of the most respected voices in wrestling, and one of the things too that like I've actually heard like other people say about him, which I don't know a lot about him, but like I've heard he has like an amazing work ethic. He never doesn't work, so that's like a crazy thing too. So that's like a well respected thing too. So it's like he got major props, and it was actually like really heartfelt, to be fair. So there's two moments that were pretty like game changer in the match that made it feel like, oh, this is real wrestling. This wrestling matters. I was like, that was one of them too.
That and like you said when they broke up,
breaking up. So I was like, there's a couple moments where like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it's decent as hell. And I was gonna say, not to be like completely deterred, the match was actually followed by like an Okada Ospreay 8-man tag match. It's another one of those matches that was really hard to pay attention. It was Okada, Ospreay, and I want to say the Okada, Ospreay, and the Briscoes, and they were versing the Bullet Club with Skrull and
maybe
Takahashi.
that was the one where
Cody Rhodes got the win. Yeah, that's it. Either way, though, it doesn't really matter, 'cause I think this was against Luchas. Either way, though, both matches, let's be fair, though, like, in your defense, like, neither one of the matches mattered. Like, they didn't really build anything. There was actually a couple spots in the Okada-Ospreay match, or the Okada versus Bullet Club match that was kind of, like, lame. They did the tag in and tag out thing.
It was like a jokey match. It was, like, a little bit too jokey for me, personally.
They made it into the popcorn match. Yeah. It definitely felt like they're like, oh, let's see how much we can make this into the popcorn match. So they did, which is, like, lame, which I don't know why. But at the same time, though, maybe you have to have at least one or two matches that are, like, popcorn match. Yeah. But I don't know. It's, like, it felt very irritating. But at the same time, I like the Briscoes, and I wanted to see him fight more, so I kind of didn't get to see him as much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 3 to 4 minute spot of them just running in and out. I was gonna say, so Cody got the win in that match, as if it mattered. No offense, Cody won that. Good for him.
Yeah.
I was like, congratulations, Cody, dick. I was like, regardless, ruining the Bullet Club. Good job. I don't even like the Bullet Club, and you're ruining it. Adam Cole, get out of here. I was like, that match was actually followed up by what I thought was a surprise match. You even said it, though. It was a very surprising match. It was for the IWGP Intercontinental Belt, the new remade Intercontinental Belt. Big, brash, and beautiful. Yeah. I was like, right?
It's a little too shiny,
lots of shine.
Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird when you see, like, all the other belts are kind of aged a bit, and then you got this belt.
New one that's basically... Well, now you got 2 new ones almost, so it's almost like they remade some of their belts.
It's kind of weird also. It's like, maybe it's supposed to be brass, but it looks gold, so it's like, why is this gold? And then the other one looks like it's silver, and that's the World Championship is silver.
Sterling silver.
But maybe it's supposed to be platinum. I don't know. It's weird stuff to think about, but it's just like...
It does look like... Well, it's like, I think there's gold and silver on the champion belt, because the name plates are silver and the gold's behind it.
Okay.
Might be wrong, though. I honestly might be wrong. Or the gold's worn off. But either way, though, it was between Tanahashi, who's the champion, versus badass Billy Gunn, just known as Billy Gunn.
Suck it.
If you didn't know,
yes, better tell somebody.
And someone was told. It actually wasn't like a bad match. I was gonna say he got booed the whole time. Billy Gunn,
dude,
that is.
Yeah.
Didn't
He's
really
probably one of the biggest heels throughout the weekend. You know?
Yeah, which maybe it's just because he was versing Tanahashi.
Mm-hmm.
Tanahashi's that good. I was like, he definitely did amazing. He got hit with the Famouser and kicked out, which was pretty badass. And he also got hit with, I don't know what it was. I wanted to say, well, I forgot, but I was going to say the Famouser was Billy Gunn's like finisher.
Yeah, it's like his finishing maneuver.
Yeah, kicked out of that and everything. But to be fair, though, Billy Gunn also ended up kicking out of the...
one of his
flying flow move.
Oh, high
flying flow. High fly flow. Yeah, it's like a large, basically like Eddie Guerrero style frog splash, but he ended up actually having to hit the second one to kill him or beat him.
So did like a little combo and then hit him with it.
What was it called? The switch something or
it's Sling Blade.
Sling Blade into a
to the high fly flow. But it was like pretty sweet because remember the first match that they had the first day one of this event. Tanahashi had a Sling Blade and it just didn't even look that good. I was like, that didn't look that great. And then this one looked fucking tight, dude.
It looked like they had fought each other a couple times after like one thing, so maybe they practiced or maybe
they just
needed
to do it once. And he was like, I got you, boy.
I see how it's different. I'm gonna adjust.
They did their adjustments.
Like his finger and when he hit in the air.
Yeah, and when he hit him with that frog splash, that high fly flow, it looked like he fucking fucked him up. His face was like, ugh, Billy Gunn, oh god, my face.
Might have been that good at sound too, because he was a big guy. Yeah. It's like weird to notice how big Billy Gunn is. And Billy Gunn really did actually, in my mind, bring it. Like I don't know, it's one of those things that I didn't expect.
He said he would.
I thought it was going to be a horrible match, and it ended up being like a very, very good match. It's like a 4-star match out of nowhere. But maybe it's Tanahashi. But also too, to be fair, Billy Gunn didn't have to talk. Like that's one thing that is weird about Billy Gunn. He's an amazing wrestler, but in WWE you got to talk. WWF, especially in '99. It's like, you know who's talking? Everyone's talking. You got to talk. You don't have to talk when you're just wrestling Tanahashi. Yeah. He did awesome. So I was like, I really like that match. He came up short, though, after getting hit with the second high fly flow, like you said, with the sling... What is it called?
Sling Blade?
Sling Blade. Why I keep saying it? I know, right? You got to think that big about the shouldn't have done that to him. He's just a boy.
There's only 923 moves to learn.
That's it, man.
So.
That's it.
And 1,000 holds.
Right? It's like... 1,006 holds that I know. And that was actually followed up by our main event. Our main event for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship, which I guess doesn't make sense, but it is that. So I was going to say, though, it's Kenny Omega versus Ishii. This match ended up being really, really, really good. I think we kind of knew it was going to be good, but there's even a sweet table spot. I was like, they had everything you wanted from it. Yep. Bullet Club members actually came out. Young Bucks came out with them. Like you're supposed to. Come out with your boss. And I was going to say, Ishii came out alone, like a babyface should, defending himself. Mm-hmm. And I was going to say, though, and he definitely got, like, the same treatment that Elgin got. I was going to say, he tried to keep him in his place the whole match. Knee after knee after knee. Set up all of your regular moves, but, like, there was a knee in between all of them. He was treating him like he was a monster that needed to be destroyed. And he really did a good job at chipping away at this monster. He destroyed him in my mind. But
and it was a long, hard-fought match where both guys were had extra power bars, so they were going to be taking a lot of hits. I think it was maybe from some sort of swanton type thing that Kenny Omega did, but he did something to Ishii on the outside, and I just remember Ishii's head hitting the ground.
Smashing the ground.
And I was like, dude, that looked so brutal, bro. Like, I don't know. I thought he was
bounced off
that
the
whole
pavement.
Match.
Yeah, and then got back up and still tried to fight and everything like that, which is insane. Acted as if it was nothing, which is, I don't know. It's major props in itself, right? I was like,
cool. It was nice to the spot where they actually the Young Bucks. There was a point where the Young Bucks pulled a table out, which we were talking earlier in the pay per view. We were like, oh, we haven't seen a table spot. I wonder if we will. So they saved it for the main event, which was cool. Right. And Kenny actually got to use the table against Ishii in that spot just to set it up was so awesome. He was trying to get him in a suplex, and Ishii was fighting too hard. And he was like, oh, well, I was just dragging you, bro. He went for the dragon. Obviously, it wasn't easy because Ishii's freaking going to fight you, bro.
Yeah,
he fought it. He was just fighting
tooth
so
and
hard.
Claw, literally. Yes. He actually grabbed on with his teeth to the rope and held on. So
the teeth spot, dude. That was great.
He went all the way, and I was like, that's one thing.
That's the level of silly cool that I like to see. It was
like I don't want to say anime-esque, but it's very like that. It's like fighting for it. They want it. That's what you want to win.
He's willing to bite down.
He wants that belt. He wants to defend the title in the honor of his company. So it's that's a lot of respect for that. Yeah. That's kind of something you want to see from your wrestlers when they're fighting each other. And even as a heel, you want to see the heel be able to be just as proud to destroy the guy who wants to fight that hard for it. And he did destroy him. Let's be honest.
I felt like it. He ended up getting that move against him. He did end up getting a Freaking dragon suplex.
One part that was cool that we marked out for, I was going to say it was amazing, was when Ishii actually landed the one-wing angel on Kenny Omega.
Oh,
so
fuck,
cool,
yes.
right? Did not expect that.
Yes.
So I want to give major props to him. And, like, that's probably was one of the better parts. Now, of course, Kenny Omega did end up landing the one-wing angel for the finish and ended up winning the belt, which is just another collection of his, like, triumphs at New Japan. So what has he not done? Basically won the world championship. That's what he's not done.
One thing.
Yep. That's about as far as he's not gone. So, like, I guess there was a conference afterwards. We didn't get to see a lot of it. We got to see a little bit of it, and he was giving his, like, accolade speech or talking about how good he did and giving props to everybody. And Cody wasn't there. So
yep, there was a part where they asked him, like, oh, what's going on with Cody? He's like, oh, I'm fine with it. Are you fine with it, Cody? And he's like, oh, he's not here. He's like, oh, whatever. I don't care that he's not here. It's water on the bridge. Brothers fight. We're brothers. Brothers are going to fight.
Setting up something else, though, right?
But I don't know, dude. He wasn't there, so there's probably something there. Who knows, man? Maybe they want to wait for... Maybe that'll be something they do at Wrestle
Well, I
Kingdom
thought there was
something.
something interesting he said, though, too, with, like, America being great because that's where I started my career because the independent scene.
He did say
and
that.
He's got this U.S. belt. I wonder if this belt's going to be, like, a new way for him to have a gateway to fight on the independent promotions because he wasn't fighting in America at all. So maybe there's like a new form for him to be able to fight in America with a belt to like make companies legitimate or like other vice versa. You know what I mean? Because AJ Styles did that for a long time after he left TNA. It seemed like he just did like a whole bunch of stuff where he put people over for no reason. He's like, yeah, I'll fight you. You're like 18 years old, like 18-year-old Tyler Black.
Yeah.
Why? Why not? He's like, I don't care if I lose to this kid. What does it really matter? I'm like, He's just him beating me, and it makes him a better person. I'm a wrestler. It doesn't hurt me any. Yeah. He's a smart man. That's like, but either way though, it's like I thought it was a really good match. I was surprised that Kenny won. Like I said, I picked Zack Sabre Jr., but I'm like still pleasantly surprised with the outcome. I was like, the whole thing was decent. Like that's the one thing I liked about it was there wasn't a bad part of either one of the cards. Like the overall thing for me, like on a scale of like 1 to 5, it definitely got a 4.25, like or a 4.5. And I was gonna say I guess an A, B, C or something like that. It's like a B plus. It's like an A minus maybe. It's not like the best thing. It's like
I'd say the first day was an A minus, and the second day was like a B plus.
Yeah, sounds good.
It just was. I don't know what it was about day 2. It just wasn't quite as.
It dragged, and it felt like there was more matches that were forcing you to watch talent that we really didn't need to see again.
Yeah, it's like...
So it's like day 2 kind of felt like maybe we needed to see a WWE-style booking where we see every match that's a title match.
Yeah, just a little bit more.
See everyone showing off, like, the reason why your company is important. Like, why is Kushida your, like, IWGP champion? Like, we didn't get to see why your guys are who they are. We got to see more or less a whole bunch of guys wrestle. We get to see a lot of people wrestle all the time in California, so... Maybe it wasn't the best way to show it off, but then again, day 2 is only shown on New Japan Network.
Yeah.
So,
but it was overall like I don't know. It was like just another great job by New Japan. And
as usual, great job by New Japan.
Yeah, it really made you wonder what they're going to be doing with this American belt, and if they are going to be doing a promotion in America, and how that's going to work.
And what are they doing with Kenny going into the G1 Climax?
Yeah.
Like that leads into that whole topic as like it's like what is like with all these people that are going into the Climax. I think you have every one of the champions already in it, so it's like that's weird. Tanahashi, the IWGP Intercontinental Champion, Okada. So it's like when you have all them versing each other and one of them wins, does that mean like is that belt better? Or is that person who like wins it that doesn't have the belt? Like, because there's 3 out of 9 people that are in it that have a belt. 1/3 of the people could win it that have the belt. So it's like that's kind of messed up. That's 33%. That's a pretty good chance to have somebody that's a champion already win, and then be like a double champion possible. I wonder if that's what they're going for, like an Ultimate Warrior thing. That'd be funny with everyone always joking like back in the day about like Kenny Omega being too much like Ultimate Warrior. He's like, fuck it, maybe I am. Yeah. Kenny Omega versus Okada again, World Championship, U.S. Championship.
Yeah, and he combines them together or something.
That'd be crazy, dude.
I feel like he called out Ibushi on the interview saying he wanted to verse him at the G1, which would be sweet.
Which is my pick to win the G1 Climax is Kota Ibushi already.
Dude, that guy is so good. If you ever watched the junior tournament in WWF or whatever the fuck.
Cruiserweight Classic.
Cruiserweight Classic.
Or Battle of Super Juniors. I believe it's 2014 and 15. He's in it as well.
Yeah.
He does quite a bit of stuff.
I first got introduced with him with the Nakamura match. I think it was Wrestle Kingdom 10, and that was just
outstanding.
That was when I met or was introduced to both those guys. And I was like, these guys are just so. That was like the greatest match I've ever seen at that point. Almost, I was like, this is just so cool.
Right, pretty fair.
It was just so cool. I don't know, but
I was gonna say one thing too. I'll say before we're done. And say only complaint I had about the whole thing, in general, was actually the they had a huge snafu with the first day with actually the cable companies with having a special network with being AXS TV and having like I guess like a special deal with them in America, whereas like people who had to pay for the network ended up getting to watch it on a 3-hour delay. I would like to say like even though their company is awesome, their network is like so bad, and they need to do so much to actually upgrade their network. Like you get to watch awesome matches, and you have a back catalog of some of the best matches in the world. It's like try to get your like app or like whatever it is your system up to date. Don't make it so that we have to wait an extra 3 hours, even though we've been paying for like only my 3rd month, so I can't say anything.
At least let me know. At least let me know that that's how long it's gonna be. Because like, what if I invite friends over to watch this thing?
Or buy food, or make food and stuff like that. What happens when you make food for the show that's on at 8 o'clock?
Now you got no show. It's like I guess you can watch old shit, but it's like I don't know.
I already watched the old shit. Kind of.
Watch this.
Plus, I already know all the stuff leading up to that. Kind of like I'm looking for this moment. I'm looking for history to be made right now.
Yeah.
Which, full circle, it was made. So that was my only gripe. And I know I'm like negative, so I just want to throw it out there. So I was like, besides that though, like you said, it was a really good show, and I liked that.
Great weekend.
Yeah. Whoop whoop. That was not bad at all.
I'm feeling it. All right, so we got night 2 of G1 in LA.
G1 special in Long Beach.
Long Beach, sorry.
we got we got night 2 of the G1 special in Long Beach, California.